Hey there everyone, I'm Fionuala. Most often you can find me at Cottage Gardens of Petaluma, but today I'm home in my own garden having a really great day gardening. A little overwhelming sometimes, middle of October, so I'm doing a lot of fall cleanup, but the fun thing I'm doing today is planting spring blooming bulbs. I am so excited about this for a couple of reasons. One, because I'm always gardening. There's not a ton of space in my garden, but I just found a really nice little triangular bit of space. And I'm going to plant some ranunculus, some Dutch iris, some daffodils, and some tulips too. Maybe not all in the one exact spot, but I'm going to do my best. See what I am going to plant right here. Hey, follow along. But I'm going to tell you first off, for the ranunculus, I really like to soak them for a couple of hours. So I'm going to get right to it. Look at these big fat tulip bulbs. I mean, just look at this and look at what they're going to turn into. This is the viridiflora tulips, a lot of green on them. Particular variety is orange marmalade. I am in love with this tulip. This is going to go into a container on my deck. What do you think? I really love the golden yellow color of this ranunculus, so this is what I'm going to start with. I'm just going to dump them on in there, let them sit for a couple of hours, and then we'll get to planting. So here we are. It is about 4 by 4 by something, narrowing down to like about a foot over there. I'm going to add some soil booster, a great organic compost blend that I've got, some bone meal, and some rose and flower food. Okay, my soil has been prepped and I am ready to get planting. I've got some narcissus, and as you can see, those are pretty decent sized bulbs. These are going to go 4 to 6 inches deep. I've got Dutch iris, about an inch, a little bit more than that. They're going to go 2 to 3 inches deep. And I've got my little ranunculus, which are nicely soaked. Here they are. The roots are nice and plump now. They're going to go an inch and a half deep. So I'm going to start with the narcissus, the daffodils, and do a mass planting of them because I really, really love the look of a whole bunch of daffodils blooming all at once and a whole bunch of iris blooming all at once. So here we go. I personally like using my trowel. It's a little bit of a workout, and who doesn't need a little bit of a workout? First I'll dig the holes, and then I'll pop a little bone meal and fertilizer in there, and then I'll pop the bulb in on top of that. I like to do my narcissus maybe 3-4 inches apart. And like I said, in masses. So I've got 3 really close by ones here. And they're going to be beautiful. Little pinch of bone meal. A little bit of rose and flower food. Remember, I've already amended the soil with soil booster, plus a little bit of rose and flower food. I don't like putting my bulbs directly on top of the fertilizer, even though it's good organic fertilizer. I always put a little soil in the hole before planting the bulbs. Okay, here we go. Pointy end up, root end down. Wiggle it a little bit to firm it right in. Okay. And before I cover them up, I'm going to plant a few of Here we go. A few Dutch irises right in front of them. And I don't want to cover up my daffodils yet because I might forget and just dig right into them. So here we go with a couple of Dutch irises on this side. There's smaller bulbs, so you can put the holes a little bit closer together. And they tend to support each other a bit too when you do that. Okay. A little bit shallower than the narcissus. They get a little bit of bone meal too. And a little bit of rose and flower food. And remember, 2 to 3 inches deep on the Dutch irises. Oh, this is fun. A late October evening, and the sun is about to set, and I'm in my garden and I'm watching lizards run past, and I'm watching butterflies play over there, and hummingbirds. It is really heavenly. Okay, I'm ready to cover them up. Okay, my bulbs are in. I've tidied it all up, and I've got my irrigation back in place. Now all we have to do is sit back and wait. And that's going to be the hardest part. I hope you enjoyed that video. It sure is fun planting spring blooming bulbs because you're doing so much anticipating. You're like planting these bulbs that don't really look like a lot. You've got a lot of expectation of them, and more often than not, they actually exceed expectations. So I hope this was helpful. Hope you learned something. I sure had fun making it. So follow along anytime on YouTube, but you can also find me on Instagram, Facebook. You can shoot me an email anytime with questions, but the best thing that you can do is come on in and visit at Cottage Gardens of Petaluma. Happy gardening!